Hi folks, welcome back to the channel and another flight with SimPilot 2450. Today we have a short IFR flight. We'll be in the Cessna C414 and we're flying from Bangor International Airport to Portland International Jetport. We are in the state of Maine. Let's get started. Welcome to the cockpit of the Cessna 414. We are sitting over at General Aviation at Bangor International Airport. Today we are using custom sceneries, however there is a little change. Here at Bangor, this is a custom scenery that I've created. It isn't available online simply because my sceneries aren't very good. However, I do have some exciting news. There is a very popular scenery design company that is hopefully going to be producing a scenery for Bangor International Airport in the future. So let's hope. Alright, well let's get started here. We will check our fuel selectors, get those on. Looking good there. Okay, how about our cowl flaps? We'll get those open. We're going to crack our throttle, bring our props full. Mixture is coming full. Our prop sync is off. Flight controls are free and clear. Come on with our mags. Battery switch. Nav lights. Let's check the prop area. It's looking good. We'll prime the left engine. Clear prop. Engine instruments looking good. Oil pressure's coming up. Let's prime the right engine. Oil pressure's coming up. Looking good. Alright, we'll come on with our avionics. I will put in our flight plan and get right back to you. Alright, we've got our flight plan all programmed in. We are going to be departing Bangor International Airport, and then we're going to Lipa, then Augusta VOR, and a little too much there, Scott. From the Augusta VOR, we'll be going to Serpa, which is the transition for the RNAV 11 approach at Portland International Jetport. So let's contact ATC and get our clearance.
Bangor clearance delivery Cessna 2450 IFR to Portland, ready to copy.
Cessna 2450 is cleared to Portland Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 15 climb and maintain 8,000 feet. Departure frequency is 118.925 squawk for 604.
Cessna 2450 cleared to Portland Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 15 climb and maintain 8,000 feet. Departure on 118.925 squawk 4604.
Cessna 2450, read that correct. Contact ground on 121.9. Good day.
Bangor ground Cessna 2450 with Oscar ready to taxi IFR.
2450 taxi to and hold short of runway 15 using taxiway Alpha. Contact tower on 120.7 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 15 via taxiway Alpha Cessna 2450.
Alright, I'm not seeing my squawk code. Four 4604. 4604. And okay. Alright, so we're going to be taxiing to 15. 15 is down on this end. We have set our heading bug. Let's check our before taxi checklist. Avionics, air conditioning's good. We'll bring on some interior lights. Pitot heat we don't need right now. Alright, so let's come on with our taxi lights. Parking brake's coming off. And we shall taxi to 15. Everything's clear. I see that the Bangor Air Guard is doing a little hovering. So this is the Army Guard base over here, and down on the other end of the airport we will have the Air National Guard 101st Air Refueling Wing. They've got KC-135s, known as the Maniacs. And you can travel all across the country and you will see their emblem, a sticker of their emblem, almost any place you go. Just look for the Maniac emblem. So we've got a little activity today at the airport. Again, this is a scenery done by myself, but it's not very good. But be patient, because there is a real scenery coming from Bangor and from a very well-known scenery producer. I actually took all the photography for the airport for this upcoming scenery. Clear on the left. Bangor is generally my home airport. I mean, I guess technically really it isn't my home airport. My home airport is Brewer Airport, which is just across the river from Bangor International Airport. Brewer is very interesting because it lies directly underneath the final approach to Bangor for runway 33. We had to do a lot of fighting back in the 90s because they tried to close the airport down, but we were able to win. We got a cutout for our airport, but that cutout means that our traffic pattern at Brewer is only 600 feet AGL. At 600 feet MSL, 500 feet AGL. So you see, this is the beginning of the Air National Guard base here, KC-135s. I couldn't find any models for a KC-135, so I think these are the KC-10s. It's been a tough month in June for Mainers. It is, what are we, 25, 26 days into June, and we have had a total of 4 days without rain. That's it. So summer is coming a little late to Maine, and that's tough because summers don't last very long here. So I'm certainly looking for some sunshine. We're flying in the Cessna 414. Fantastic aircraft. I would definitely recommend to anyone to purchase this aircraft. Very, very realistic. I enjoy flying it very much. Currently, there is one little bug with it, and it's actually not with the aircraft itself. It's actually with the TDS radio system. What's happening right now is the autopilot will level you off about 200 feet shy of your desired altitude. So today we'll climb out probably around 140. Supposedly with this little glitch, if your climb out is pretty shallow sometimes, the glitch won't happen. I normally like to climb out at about 130, but we'll keep it a little bit shallower today. We'll go at 140 and see what happens with the autopilot. We should be able to climb right up above these clouds, so it should be a pretty scenic flight in that, for me, I just love flying around the clouds or above the clouds, looking down at the clouds. Microsoft has done a wonderful job with the clouds, so for me that's very scenic. I'm not sure how much of the ground we'll see today, but again, it's a short flight. And
Bangor Tower, Cessna 2450 at runway 15 ready for departure IFR to Portland.
Cessna 2450 altimeter 29.87 wind 126 at 8. Cleared for takeoff runway 15.
Cleared for takeoff runway 15 Cessna 2450.
okay, so we've got our boost pumps going, turned our strobe light on, and our landing light is on. Let's check our trim. Trim looks good, and again we'll hit our transponder. Alright, let's check final. Looks good. We'll be rotating right around 80 knots. We might get a little peek of Brewer Airport. Again, it's directly in line of the runway. I don't know if we're going to see the ground or not. And we are going to be turning to the west, so our left wing is going to be high, so we may not see it, but we can take a peek. Alright, here we go. So we'll come in smoothly with the throttles. Maintain directional control. I'm coming in with some right rudder. Throttles are full. Airspeed is active. There's 80 knots, coming back with some pressure on the yoke. And we are airborne. Tap the brakes, gears coming up. Goodbye, Bangor. This is Eastern Maine Medical Center. Or excuse me, this is the casino.
Cessna 2450, contact Bangor departure on 118.925. Good day.
118.925 Cessna 2450.
Golf course, Bangor Municipal.
Bangor departure Cessna 2450 is at 1,000 feet, climbing 8,000 feet.
Cessna 2450, Bangor departure altimeter 29.87, continue to lift as planned.
We're still hand flying. So we'll come back with our climb power, 35 inches on the manifold pressure, 2,500 on the props. We'll come up with the landing lights, taxi lights are off, and boost pumps coming off. We are still flying by hand. So right now I'm trimmed up pretty good. Right around for 140. So I'm going to put the autopilot in just so we can look out the window a little bit. So what do we got to look at here? Not a lot on this side, except some great clouds. Let's check the other window. Looks nice. Gorgeous. I forgot to record our takeoff, so I won't be able to put that into the video. Show you our course. Nav graph is great. So here we are departing Bangor, heading to Lipvey, down to Augusta, and then we'll be doing the Serpa transition for the RNAV 11 approach into Portland. So this is going to bring us over from Augusta, Maine. This is Sebago Lake. We can dial in the Augusta VOR if we want, 114.95. should pick that up. You can see we have a slight crosswind component. We've got a little bit of a crab to the left. You can see our wind is coming off our left nose, left to right. Hence, we're crabbing to the left. Beautiful, beautiful day. Adjusting our props a little bit, get them into sync. We can look at the RNAV approach. Look for our ATIS, which is 119.05. So we could come into our radios here. 119.05. Monitor that channel. Get the weather for Portland.
Portland Airport information, Echo 1300 Zulu. Wind 179er at 7. Visibility 10 in heavy rain. Sky conditions, ceiling 1,700 feet over top.
Cessna 2450 and maintain 9,000 feet.
Dew point 10. Altimeter
Climb and maintain 9,000 feet Cessna
ILS runway
2450.
11 in use. Landing and departing runway 18. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Echo.
Sounds like we'll have an interesting approach into Bangor, into Portland. We've been cleared to 9,000 feet. You'll see I actually put in 9,200 because I'm wanting the aircraft to actually level off at the proper altitude, where it's been basically leveling off at 200 feet prior to our desired height. I'm hoping maybe we'll get close to the 9,000 range. We'll see if I outsmarted myself or not. And maybe I can hit all right when we get to 9,000. And of course that time it didn't level off at 200 feet short. So we'll come back here and set our 9,000. Pretty good. So now we'll adjust to cruise power. Come back to 30 inches on the manifold pressure. Nice and gentle. And 2,300 for RPMs on our props. Go ahead and hit our prop sync if you like. And all that does is synchronize the two prop settings. If you're just a little bit out of sync, sometimes you'll get a real humming noise, indicating that you're not quite set equally between the two engines. So there, now we can just sit back and relax. You see, we're getting the Augusta VOR now. We're 34 miles out of Augusta.
Cessna 2450, contact Boston Center on 128.2. Good day.
Going to 128.2 Cessna 2450. Boston Center, Cessna 2450, 9,000 feet.
Cessna 2450 Boston Center altimeter 29.87. Continue to lift as planned.
You can see our needle for the VOR is pointing directly to the VOR. So if we wanted to fly directly to the VOR, we would turn left right to that exact heading. It's not pointing, we're not heading directly to the VOR yet because we're still flying to lip, then we'll be turning a little to the south to head directly to the Augusta VOR. And of course, once we pass over the VOR, we'll see this needle swing into the opposite direction. See a very nice looking aircraft. The passengers look happy on the phone. So we can go ahead and close up our cowl flaps.
Clear 402 flight level 350. Clear 402 Boston Center. Continue as planned.
Alright, so why don't I meet back with you shortly before our top of descent. And you can join me in the descent into Portland International Jetport. Hi folks, welcome back to the flight deck. We're not at our top of descent yet, but I wanted to show you we are approaching the Augusta VOR.
450, you are 49er miles northeast. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect on runway 11 approach via Serpa transition. Clear to Serpa.
I wanted you to see the needle swing.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect RNAV runway 11 approach via Serpa transition. Clear to Serpa Cessna 2450.
I wanted you to see the needle swing when we pass over the VOR station. So there it goes. We're almost dead over the station. And then you'll see it swing. So there was passive station over the Augusta VOR. So now we will be coming up on our top of descent here. What do we got? About 30 miles. I can show you where we are in our route. So we've just passed the Augusta VOR. Let's zoom out a little bit. So again, we left Bangor, went to Lip, V. Now passed over the Augusta VOR, and we'll be flying the RNAV 11 approach using the Serpa transition. So all that means is this is how we're going to actually come into the actual approach. I can bring up the approach plate. Okay, and you can see this is Serpa out here. That this is how we transition in to the actual approach. So Serpa, we're going to be looking to be there somewhere right around 3,500 feet, and then we'll start to descend to reach Buxtehude at 2,300. We'll take one more step down to Maine, and you'll see at Maine is where we intercept the glide slope. So when we descend down to 1,800 feet, we're going to level off, and as we approach Maine, we're going to actually see our glide slope become active, and at the point when we cross over Maine is when we'll actually have to start descending to maintain glide slope. So that's what it looks like. We'll see if ATC actually drops us down when we need to. If not, we'll do it on our own. you little looks out the window here. The ocean's out here. Go outside the aircraft. Find my mouse. Still on the phone. Sounded like we're locked in pretty good at Portland. I think they set a ceiling of 1,900 feet. Overcast, heavy rain. We can check with ATIS again prior to reaching the airport. So I will get back to you right at the top of descent. Welcome back. We're just over Lewiston, Maine, and ATC has cleared us to begin our descent. So we will slowly begin to descend here.
Cessna 2450. Portland approach Cessna 2450 is at 8,700 feet, descending 2,300 feet.
Cessna 2450, Portland approach altimeter 29.82, continue to Serpa as planned.
So we'll bring our power back to about 25 inches of manifold pressure. See, we're getting some brakes here. I can show you where we're at. So we passed over Lewiston, heading to Serpa. We're looking to be 3,500 feet at Serpa. I really need to decrease or increase my rate of descent here. Increase our rate of descent. You can see our banana bar is right at Serpa, so what that means is we will be at 3,500 feet at Serpa at this rate of descent. We'll have to watch our airspeed here. Come back maybe to 23 inches. And I'll show you on the approach plate. So we're looking to be 3,500 feet at Serpa, and then we want to descend to 2,300 feet, be at that level at Buckstow. Back the power, because eventually we need to bleed off some of this airspeed here. For our rate of descent. So I'm going to go ahead and prepare for Buckstow. We want to be 2,300 feet at Buckstow. Check our ATIS again.
Portland Airport information, Echo 1400 Zulu. Wind 176 at 7. Visibility 6 and heavy rain. Sky condition, ceiling 1,700 feet overcast.
3,500 feet.
Temperature 20. Dew point 10.
Descend and maintain 3,500 feet Cessna 2450.
Runway 11 in use. Landing and departing runway 18. VFR aircraft stay direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Echo.
So we've reached Serpa, and now we're turning in to intercept our approach. Serpa is, let's see here, 8.1 miles out. We do have our decision height set at 200 feet. Should be leveling off at 2,300. We'll see if the autopilot actually does that. It's gonna level us off a little high. See, about 200 feet high. Still wanting to level us off, so we're going to fight with it here. There we go. Okay, we don't really need to climb. See, it's going to take us back up, so some power now.
Descend and maintain 2,300 feet.
Climb and maintain 2,300 feet Cessna 2450.
It's not until we cross Buckstow that we'll finally descend down to the 1,800 feet at Mania. And then we'll intercept the glide slope. As you see, a slight turn here to Delb. And then we'll be at Buckstow, and we'll turn right on to our approach heading. So for the 1800, I'm going to actually dial in 1600.
Vertical track.
1,500 feet Cessna 2450.
So ATC has cleared us a little early. We're really not supposed to be making the descent until after we clear Buxtehude. We'll go ahead and start that descent. Again, we've dialed in 1600 in hopes that it will level us off at 1800. So here we are, we're actually on the approach heading, so we can actually select approach now. As we approach Mania, we will see our glide slope. When we pass over, we'll see this move down, and at this point we should be crossing Mania.
120.9er Cessna 2450. Portland Tower, Cessna 2450, 8 miles west inbound RNAV runway 11 approach.
Cessna 2450, Portland Tower. Altimeter 29.
You can see it's active here. So we're going to come back a little bit with our power, get ready to lower our gear.
Cleared to land runway 11.
Cleared RNAV runway 11 approach.
Lower our
Cessna
gear.
2450.
We're going to have glide slope intercept. Notch of flaps. Here is the runway, I believe. So I'm going to come in with another notch of flaps. With our props, and now we're going to try to maintain a approach speed of somewhere right around 90-95 if we're on autopilot. Adjust our power a little bit. Don't want to drop below 90. Well, the autopilot will scream. We could turn off the autopilot and fly it by hand, and then we can approach a little bit slower, because I would like to approach somewhere right around 85. So we'll fly this by hand. Bleeding off some of that airspeed. So there's 90. I've got just a slight amount of yoke pressure, so I'll adjust that trim a little bit.
500.
Get on the localize the center line here better. It'll look pretty good on the glide slope. Again, I'm using power to adjust my pitch to keep us on glide slope. We're low, so I'm coming in with some power. Don't want my airspeed to get down really any lower. Fighting to stay on center line here. We do have a crosswind. fighting for that center line, trying to adjust for this crosswind. Coming slowly back with the power. Alright, let's get our flare. Alright, we are down. Welcome to Portland International Jetport. Bring our flaps up. We'll exit here.
Cessna 2450, turn next taxiway.
So this airport is by AeroDesigns. It's a nice little rendition of the Portland International Jetport. So once we clear the runway,
Cessna 2450, contact ground on 121.9er.
we'll contact ground. We'll bring up our landing lights, turn our strobe off, and we'll contact ground.
121.9er for Cessna 2450.
And we're going to taxi to the GA.
Portland ground Cessna 2450 taxi to parking.
Cessna 2450 taxi to general aviation parking.
So they've done a real nice job here with this airport. It's nice to see some Maine airports being
Cessna
done.
2450, did you copy?
We did.
Taxiing to general aviation parking Cessna 2450.
The Bar Harbor area is a real nice area to fly, especially GA. It's some of the most scenic flying, mountainous ocean flying there is on the East Coast. Orbix had done the scenery for Bar Harbor at one time. Hopefully we can convince someone to do Bar Harbor. Actually, the company that's planning on doing Bangor does have an interest in doing Bar Harbor. So I may actually go and take some photography at Bar Harbor for them. Hopefully we can get Bar Harbor done, because it's very, very scenic flying there. Got Cadillac Mountain in the ocean, Acadia National Park. If you haven't flown there, take a flight. Then it's a nice hop right to Bangor or Portland. Alright, well, we will be parking here on the left. Should be able to squeeze right through here. Portland. We'll get our passengers close to the door. Give them the VIP treatment. That's looking good. Oh yeah. Alright, well, let's shut these powerhouses down. Okay, we'll come off with our lights. We'll turn our mags off and we'll turn our power off. Well, there. Thank you for flying with me today. Till next time, have a good one.